Alrighty, guys, we're trying. Kieran right now is asking Percy whether or not he wants to accept a quest. So yesterday, your exit slip was to make a prediction whether or not he would accept his quest or not. Most of you seem like you think he is definitely going to accept the quest. So let's see. Da-da-da-da. Thunder rumbled across the valley, and the storm clouds had now reached the edge of the beach. As far as I could see, the sky and the sea were boiling together. Poseidon and Zeus, I asked. They're fighting over something valuable, something that was stolen, aren't they? Kieran and Grover exchanged looks. Kieran sat forward in his wheelchair. How do you know that? My face felt hot. I wish I hadn't opened my big mouth. The weather since Christmas had been weird, like the sea and the sky are fighting. Then I talked to Annabeth, and she overheard something about a theft. And I've also been having these dreams. I knew it, Grover said. Hush, satyr, Kieran ordered. But it is his quest. Grover's eyes were bright with excitement. It must be. Only the oracle can determine, Kieran stroked his bristly beard. Nevertheless, Percy, you are correct. Your father and Zeus are having their worst quarrel in centuries. They're fighting over something valuable that was stolen. To be precise, a lightning bolt. I laughed nervously. A what? Do not take this lightly, Kieran warned. I'm not talking about a tinfoil-covered zigzag you've seen in second-grade plays. I'm talking about a 2-foot-long cylinder of high-grade celestial bronze capped on both ends with god-level explosives. Oh. Zeus's master bolt, Kieran said, getting worked up now. The symbol of his power from which all other lightning bolts are patterned. The first weapon made by the Cyclopses for the war against the Titans. The bolt that sheared off the top of Mount Etna and hurled Cronus from his throne. The master bolt, which packs enough power to make a hydrogen bomb look like a firecracker. And it's missing? Stolen, Kieran said. By who? By whom? Kieran corrected. Once a teacher, always a teacher. By you. My mouth fell open. At least, Kieran held up a hand. That's what Zeus thinks. During the winter solstice at the last council of the gods, Zeus and Poseidon had an argument. The usual nonsense, Mother Rhea always liked you best, air disasters more spectacular than sea disaster, etc., etc. Afterwards, Zeus realized his master bolt was missing, taken from the throne under his very nose. He immediately blamed Poseidon. Now, a god cannot take another god's symbol of power directly. That is forbidden by the most ancient of divine laws. But Zeus believes your father convinced a human hero to take it. But I didn't. Patience and listen, child, Kieran said. Zeus has good reasons to be suspicious. The forges of the Cyclops are under the ocean, which gives Poseidon some influence over the makers of the brothers' lightning. Zeus believes Poseidon has taken the master bolt and is now secretly having the Cyclopses build an arsenal of illegal copies, which might be used to topple Zeus from his throne. The only thing Zeus wasn't sure about was which hero Poseidon used to seal the bolt. Now Poseidon has openly claimed you as his son. You are in New York over the winter holidays. You could have easily snuck up to Mount Olympus. Zeus believes he has found his thief. But I've never even been to Mount Olympus. Zeus is crazy. Kieran and Grover glanced nervously at the sky. The clouds didn't seem to be parting around us, as Grover had promised. They were rolling straight over the valley, sealing us in like a coffin lid. Percy, Grover said. We don't use the crazy word to describe the Lord of the Sky. Perhaps paranoid, Kieran suggested. Then again, Poseidon has tried to unseat Zeus before. I believe it was question 38 on your final exam. He looked at me as if he actually expected me to remember question 38. How could anyone accuse me for stealing a god's weapon? I couldn't even steal a slice of pizza from Grabe's poker party without getting busted. Chiron was waiting for an answer. Something about a golden net, I guessed. Poseidon and Hera and a few other gods, they trapped Zeus and wouldn't let him out until he promised to be a better ruler, right? Correct, Chiron said, and Zeus has never trusted Poseidon since. Of course, Poseidon denies stealing the Master Bolt. He took great offense to accusation. The two have been arguing back and forth for months, threatening war, and now you've come along, the proverbial last straw. But I'm just a kid. Percy, Grover cut in, if you were Zeus, and you already thought your brother was plotting to overthrow you, then your brother suddenly admits he had broken the sacred oath he took after World War II, that he fathered a new mortal hero who might be used as a weapon against you. Wouldn't that put a twist in your toga? But I didn't do anything. Poseidon, my dad, that he didn't really have the Master Bolt stolen, did he? Chiron sighed. Most thinking observers would agree that thievery is not really Poseidon's style, but the sea god is too proud to try convincing Zeus at that. Zeus has demanded that Poseidon return the bolt by the summer solstice. That's June 21st, 10 days from now. Poseidon wants an apology for being called a thief by the same date. I hoped that diplomacy might prevail, that Hera or Demeter or Hestia would make the two brothers see sense. But your arrival has inflamed Zeus's temper. Now neither god will back down unless someone intervenes, unless the Master Bolt is found and returned to Zeus before the solstice. There will be a war. And do you know what a full-fledged war would look like, Percy? Bad, I guessed. Imagine the world in chaos, nature at war with itself. Olympians forced to choose sides between Zeus and Poseidon. It'd be destruction, carnage, millions dead. Western civilization turned into a battleground so big it would make the Trojan War look like a water balloon fight. So bad, I repeated. And you, Percy Jackson, would be the first to feel Zeus's wrath. It started raining. Volleyball players stopped their games and stared in stunned silence at the sky. I had brought this storm to Half-Blood Hill. Zeus was punishing the whole camp because of me, and I was furious. So I have to find the stupid bolt, I said, and return it to Zeus. What better peace offering, Chiron said, than to have the son of Poseidon return Zeus's property? If Poseidon doesn't have it, where is the thing? I believe you know. Chiron's expression was grim. Part of the prophecy I believe I know. Chiron's expression was grim. Part of the prophecy I had years ago. Well, some of the lines make sense now. But before I can say more, you must officially take the quest. You must seek the counsel of the oracle. Why can't you just tell me where the bolt is beforehand? Because if I did, you would be too afraid to accept the challenge. I swallowed. Good reason. You agree then? I looked over at Grover, who nodded encouragingly. Easy for him. I was the one Zeus wants to kill. All right, I said. It's better than being turned into a dolphin. Then it's time for you to consult the oracle, Chiron said. Go upstairs, Percy Jackson, to the attic. When you come back downstairs, assuming you're still sane, we'll talk more. Alrighty, kiddos. We're going to stop there at the line break. What do you think? Do you think Poseidon actually stole the lightning bolt? If so, tell me why. And if not, tell me who you think stole the lightning bolt. Alrighty, guys. Have a great afternoon. Don't forget to answer your question in Google Classroom.